Alright guys, I'm back. I just bit the bit the big one. Oh man, and these guys were here when I jumped out to do what I just did. Let me turn the music down. Let me just back up. Unfortunately, some of the music in some of these videos that I like to watch or like listen to is they get loud in some parts and it's really annoying, and they're quiet in parts, which is what I like. So yeah, I've been wanting, I've been talking about Pantheon, the MMO. When Pantheon comes out, I definitely want to play it. I've been wanting to get into the alpha. The alpha, I think the newsletter's new newsletter is going to be coming out pretty soon. Hold on a second. Yeah, the new newsletter is coming out pretty soon, and I know Nathan Napalm is thinking, he's one of the guys that covers Pantheon a little bit. He's thinking that it will announce alpha. And once alpha comes out, you can pledge the game, but I screwed up. Back in when they first started doing their fundraisers and stuff to get this game going, if you pledged, I think even only like maybe $50, you were given access to alpha. But as the game got more and more fully funded, they, how marketing people do, they decided to raise it. So you had to pay more money to get into the alpha. And of course, they don't want too many people in the alpha, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure. They might have a set number saying, hey, we need at least this many people in the alpha to do the stress test or just a test. And then once we get that many, we can raise the... If they were smart, I don't know if they did this, but this would have actually been a fairly intelligent thing to do. And they could have said, after we get this many people, then we'll raise it up. Keep raising the price to where they're getting less and less people wanting to buy into the alpha. And also the people that just haven't heard about Pantheon yet, when they do hear about it, if they really want to get in, they're going to pay whatever they need to pay to play if they really want to. So and they're going to make more money that way as well. So it's actually pretty smart. But it used to be that it was like $50 about maybe, I don't know, 5 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. Well, now it's gone all the way up to $250 to be able to get into the alpha. Now, of course, the $250 package was always there, and it always gave you a lot of things. Like, I think it gives you 3 months of playtime, so that's like $45. So if you play the game for at least 3 months, you can take $45 off the $250, and now you're only paying really $205 for the access. And they are also giving you 2 copies of the game, so you can give a copy of the game to a friend to play. So that's not too bad. And if they charge you for the game, right, like most companies would, well, then you're paying, that's going to be, what, $50, right? Like World of Warcraft was $50. Now, that usually gives you 1 month's free, so with an MMO-style game. So what we can say is that, let's knock off $15 and say that we only got 30 months of playtime, right? Because if we paid $50, we get 1 month of playtime. So let's say right now we're saving $80 by, $80 of that cost, so the $250 we can take right out, right? So that brings it down to $170. And then after that, you're getting a lot of stuff like early name reservation, some in-game items, stuff that I really don't care about that much. Now, the early name reservation is kind of nice, but it's not a big deal. So I'm basically paying like $170 almost to get into the game early. But the reason I want to get in early, there's a couple reasons. One, I want to play the game. 2, I want to give feedback on the game and say, hey, I like this or I don't like this. And I think my voice is a pretty good one because I've played so many MMOs. I can make pretty strong arguments for certain things. And then the last one is simply, I want to learn more about the game, about how it works, about how it's played, so that when I cover it with videos on my channel, I have a better basis for doing so. I'm not just shooting crap out my butt. I actually know what I'm talking about because I've actually played the game. So those are all my reasons. I didn't want to pay $250. It's a lot of money, and I don't like to pay a lot of money for video games. That's a lot. Yeah, we won't tell Amber about that. But I did get my tax return back, and it was quite a bit of money. It was like $2,400 or something. So I'm like, and I have it's not like I don't have the money, but I do have a lot of stuff I need to pay for. I've got some work on my car I want to do, and some other stuff. So, at any rate, we paid the $250. This guy's trying to grab this sword, probably. We paid the $250. I think he is. Oh, he just wanted to blow me a kiss. Yeah, these gamers. Bunch of horny devils. So I bit the bullet, and I'm just going to pretend that I didn't pay that. was already out of my account. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, I don't know what we're talking about. It spent $250. I looked at one of my accounts, just my checking account, and I knew I had around $4,000 in there, so I was like, I could afford $250. I still have money in some of my other accounts. But anyways, so we got Pantheon. When it comes out, we're hoping Alpha's going to come soon. I'll be able to play that. I'll be covering that on the channel, guys. If you guys are interested in Pantheon MMO, if you want to go check out the website, it's pantheonmmo.com. Also check out pantheon.plus website, which I am a member of, and I'm also a content creator on the Discord there. I've actually put up one article up there, and I hope to do a lot more. It's a pretty good website. Check that out. Say hi to Minus and all the people there. They're good people. And back to the Druid. So we're going to try to do the quests here. We still need some gore tusks. What else do we need? Let's take a look. And we still need... This is the one I'm talking about. We still need the condor meat and the crisp spider meat and some gore tusks. So it's one of those quests that if I get it done, I turn it in. But really, to be honest, right now, since most of the quests in this area I've kind of done, and that quest is gray, I'm not really too concerned about it. I'll probably just dump it. I'll probably save the items, the mats, and send them to one of my bankers, and that way, if another character, I start to level them up, and they need to do this quest, they'll have a head start. You know, I don't like to throw those types of things away because, you know, eventually I like to level up other characters, and they'll need that stuff. So, but yeah, I'm very excited for Pantheon. I mean, obviously, I must be to pay $250 to get into an alpha. That's the most money I've ever paid for a video game. I mean, I paid $100 for, I think, a special edition of, I don't know, Ion. Well, I don't know if it was Ion. It might have been Ion. I mean, I paid more money. I mean, World of Warcraft, I paid way more than $250. I mean, over the years, you know, over the 14 years it's been out, between all the character transfers, you know, server transfers, character renames, character faction changes, I would gather I've spent a couple $1,000s on World of Warcraft. But that's over the span of like 14 years. Anyhow, so there's a question mark over here, so let's turn this quest in and complete that. And I don't know, let's see what else. We got 3 quests to turn in. Oh, we still need them. We still need assessing the threat, so let's try to finish this one real quick. Yeah, I'm still hurting. I'm not having buyer's remorse because I don't usually have. Usually when I want something, I mean, I've been agonizing over purchasing the 250 pledge for Pantheon probably for about 2 months. And it's just one of those things where I knew that if the thing is, I knew Alpha is getting really close. They said that people have been thinking it's coming real soon. Once the Alpha's out, I'm going to have access if I buy that pledge. So I'm really excited. I mean, I'm going to be creating a lot of videos. I may not be able to, under the NDA, be able to upload them so you guys can see them. But I'm going to create them. And once I can upload them, then they can go. Then I can start putting them up. So I'll have tons of content already prepared. So I'm just very excited about it. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't been this excited probably for a game in the last game. What was the last game I really got excited? It was funny when I played, what was that game? I can't remember the name of it. It was such like Bless Online. I was watching Bless Online, and it's when it first came out, when they first started talking about it, when it was in development, and when they started showing the graphics of the game. I mean, it was the most beautiful game I'd ever seen. But after a couple years, or maybe it's 3 years, and they started getting to a point where it was playable, like a beta maybe. When I started hearing the first news about its combat system, it was very disappointing. People didn't like the combat. It was really boring combat. So I knew that it wasn't a game that I'd probably be that interested in. So when that came out over here to the U.S., it was just a cash grab. Everybody knows it. The game wasn't any good. I mean, I played it, and I had fun playing it for about a week, and that's about it. After about a week, I was like, not that great. Let's go ahead and get a food buff here. And so I did a few videos and stuff, but it wasn't that. I mean, I really enjoyed the cleric or the guardian. I think it was called the guardian. But the last game the reason I started talking about the last game I really got excited for was Ion. Terra. It was Terra. And it didn't let me down. I got to tell you, Terra was a great game. It really was. Let's try to take these guys out. And we're going to get threat with one swipe. Come on, give me a swipe here. Come on. Ah, I wasn't auto-attacking. I'm such a noob. But, and that's the perfect example of why you want to bind attack, auto attack to your abilities. Because I was hitting the swipe key and my bear was just sitting there doing nothing. She wasn't attacking. But yeah, I was very excited for Terra. I thought Terra, the action combat system looked so great. And I played in the betas. I played in the closed betas, like 3 of them. And so, I mean, I really, really loved Terra. I thought it was a fantastic game. Now, it was great for about 3 months. And then they started nerfing it. They started making it easy. The part about Terra that I enjoyed so much, and the thing that I enjoy about MMOs, is challenges, is difficulty, and immersion. And they basically, I don't know if they got complaints from people or what, but in the beginning, if I went up against a BAM, a big-ass monster, that's what they were called, BAMs, and I went up against, like, let's say a crab. The crabs were, like, level 32, I think. If I went up against a crab at level 32, having never fought a crab before, I would have got my ass handed to me. I would have been destroyed, okay? Because the crab hit really hard. And every BAM has different moves they would do, right? And you had to learn them. You had to play them. You had to look for the visual cues. You know, he does a certain, like, his eyes turn red, so you know he's going to do, like, this double spin. But you had to look for you had to know what those cues were. And unless someone told you, you wouldn't know. I mean, how are you going to know? So, you know, once you know them, right? Let's see if I need any of these guys. Do I need this one? Yeah, I need this one. And I can grab this guy. Oh, don't hit this one because... Actually, Fairy Fire does not, I don't think, marks it as yours. Alright, let's just take all these guys. You're all dead, buddy. And this one. Actually, you know what? Let's just get in bear form. It's better in bear form. Just because I can attack all of them with swipe. And that makes me, you know, easy to tag them all. So, Terra was, like, really challenging. Like, killing BAMs, especially where, like, say I was level 28 and I wanted to kill a crab at 20, you know. It was just challenging. It was a lot of fun. And then as you got higher up, the BAMs actually could be, you know, some of them would be even more difficult. Taking on dragons and stuff was no easy feat. So, oh, there's another one. And the combat system was so much fun. I mean, really it was. I was a warrior, and I absolutely loved warriors. And you could tank dungeons as a warrior, and people thought it was really, really difficult. And it was. Trying to tank that when you weren't sure what you were doing was actually quite challenging. So I was very excited for Terra, but I played in the closed beta stuff, so there wasn't like this excitement of like grabbing a game I'd never played before. And I think alphas and betas can sometimes ruin that for you to a degree, especially with MMOs. They're really big for MMOs because people want to know about, because it matters. You know, people want to know all the tricks. You know, where do I go to farm? How do I make money? And they work a lot of that stuff out by playing alphas and betas. So when the real game launches and they jump in, they're ahead of anyone who hasn't played the alphas and the betas. Okay, so it's almost like if you want to be a really serious MMO player and you really want to sink your teeth into a game and be in there for a long time. Look at the lag on this server right now. It's almost like you have to get into the alpha or the beta. Just give yourself, you know, that heads up. Sprucewood Maw of the Monkey. Let's check this out real quick, guys. 2 agility, 2 stamina. Oh, not bad for a low-level kitty feral. Feral kitty. Anyways. Oh, yeah. So Terra got nerfed, and within 3 months, they were already starting to make it easier for players. The BAM started to get easier, and I don't know why they did it. I was not hearing people in the game complain. Yes, people were getting killed left and right. You were going into dungeons and getting one-shot by trash mobs. I'm not kidding you. You would go into a dungeon, and you were of the level of the dungeon, and there was one trash mob that would do this belly flop, and if he landed, and he was just a trash mob. If he belly flopped and landed on you, and let's say you were a priest, he could one-shot you. You would be dead. I mean, what MMO has trash mobs that just one-shot you when you're at, you know, full health? And I thought that was just awesome. I go, this is great. And then when you went into the boss fights, you would commonly wipe quite frequently. You'd see people dying like a lot. And it was just sad, really sad to see them nerf it into oblivion to the point where it just became so easy as to be a joke. I mean, go in there just my warrior and just solo these instances now, you know. I remember soloing Fang up Caprima by myself, and it was super hard. I was one of only just a few people in the whole entire US probably who could do it. And then they finally nerfed the campfire bug, so you couldn't like pull the trash mobs and just jump on a campfire, so that they wouldn't be able to hit you, and then they would just, you know, despawn. That way you could just go from boss to boss. You wouldn't have to do the trash pulls. But anyways, that was one of the games I was very excited for. And I say before that, Ion, I was extremely excited for it, and I actually really liked Ion. It just had some. It was kind of grindy. It was a grindy game. It was definitely an Eastern MMO. It was very grindy, but it had a lot of really good stuff to it, and it was a really fun game. Had a lot of cool looking gear. Had some great PvP. I mean, winged PvP, flying around on wings and gliding through the air, and it was actually challenging. And it was challenging. I think that's the big thing in an MMO, is it has to be very challenging. If it's not challenging, what's the point? You know, and the more challenging it is, the more I like it. So I'm very much for difficult, you know, MMOs. Anyways, that rant is over. So Pantheon is stacking itself up to be a pretty difficult MMO that takes a lot of group effort. So those are things that I like. I'm hoping that they stick true to what they say, and if they start nerfing stuff, I will raise my voice, and I will raise it loudly. I will get loud. Do not piss me off. I'll get loud. Alright, let's see if we can kill some Murlocs. Alright, so we still need more mongrels and poachers. Let's take a look. But before that, we also need these. We need Murlocs. It's funny, no matter how often I come here, there's always someone here killing these damn Murlocs. But now I can pull at range, which is a huge, huge asset. See, they're all dead. Every stinking Murloc is dead. So yeah, it's been a while. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been excited for an MMO. I mean, I would honestly say Terra was the last one that no, Wildstar. I was very excited for Wildstar. I thought Wildstar had the chances because of its uniqueness, because of how unique it was stacking up itself to be. You know. Oh damn it! How did I get out of form? Ah, damn it! Mana. Somehow I popped myself out of form. I hit the spacebar too many times. So this guy's gonna go kill him, but he doesn't realize I've already tagged him. So yeah, Wildstar. I was very excited for Wildstar. I thought the uniqueness of it, the cool graphical style was excellent. The game had it had a really nice development team, really nice people behind it. The problem where they fell flat on their face really was in my opinion, they tried too hard to make too many people happy, you know, in the community. They wanted to listen to the community, but I thought they listened to too much. At some point in time, you have to say, this is what we're going to do, and well, if there's major flaws with what we're doing, or people just don't like it, sure, we can change it. But I think they tried too hard to meet too many people. So you ended up kind of with a mishmash or an amalgam of different things that added up to systems that were a little bit too... I don't think they worked that well together, and I wasn't a big fan of the telegraph type system. I mean, I don't think it's a bad system. I mean, even WoW has telegraphs where, you know, you put like a symbol on the ground and it shows where maybe the boss is going to drop fire or something. It's okay, but they made it so much a part of the game that it was like all there really was. I don't know. And the difficulty was really high, which again, that was fantastic. And unfortunately, I never even got a chance to do the high level dungeons and stuff, because the combat system when it came out, and I played in 3 of the closed betas and in some of the open betas. I think I was in 3 of the closed betas, and after that I pretty much quit. And this is a mistake that I made too. And I've made the same mistake in Star Wars The Old Republic, but I'm not alone on this, is that we get into these closed betas and we play 2 or 3 closed betas and we say, wow, this game sucks, it isn't for me. Well, you know, in the closed beta they're still making changes, so don't give up right away like that. You should really stick it out and just see, because Star Wars The Old Republic I thought was a really fun game. Again, I thought that was a really great game. But there were some major issues in the PvP with lag and frames shearing, and that it was enough to be a deal breaker for me, because I planned on doing a lot of PvP in that game, because I really liked how the PvP worked. I was an Inquisitor, I believe. I was, you know, shooting chain lightning, and I absolutely loved my class. I thought she was so much fun to play. Oh, there's one to loot over here? Shit. He's gonna get that one. It's usually easier to get the ones in the water. Oh, she didn't see that. I thought she was getting that one. I guess she didn't see it yet. There's one I can loot. Maybe it was somebody he killed and didn't loot her. Anyways, I thought it had a lot of promise, the Old Republic, but I quit because I thought the combat was like kind of messed up. And it was, but they fixed it. I talked to some people that still played after I left after like 3 or 4 months. They said they fixed the issues you complained about. Most of them have been fixed. And so I went back one time and I played it, and sure enough, they pretty much were fixed. But at that time, my interest was somewhere else. I was playing a different game, and I think this is something that can happen, you know. Okay. Oh, I still need the Murloc fence, so let me clear some space here. Can eat this. What else can we get rid of? And my interest was I was already into a different game. Why am I stuck on something? I'm stuck between 2 freaking skulls. You see that? So yeah, my interest had gone somewhere else, and then I ended up, I think, going back to World of Warcraft, which was a mistake. World of Warcraft in retail was just, you know, so bad. So I still need belly grip too. Okay. Is there anything else we can get rid of? I don't really need clam meat. My cooking skill is way beyond that. Let's not get rid of that. Crisp spider meat. I don't really need the venom sacks, but we'll hold on to it for the moment. Definitely don't need the Murloc eyes. I'm going to get a lot more of those, so really no point in throwing it away because I'm just going to start getting more of those. And so, good lord, right? This rock is really being a pain in my ass. Look at this. I kept falling off of it. And I don't know where this other Murloc is. He's like underground. Hey, buddy, you underground? Look at that. He's like, maybe that's why. Oh, can I loot him? Yeah, I can. Maybe that's why it was giving me trouble, because I was trying to go to this guy who was underground. I can't. He's already tagged. Alright. There's still this one, which for some reason I didn't... Oh, probably because my inventory was full. Yeah. Alright, well, let's open these up. These will clear up some space. Alright. So then, yeah, after Wildstar and was pretty much the last MMO I really was kind of excited for, and I kind of got really disinterested in MMOs. I mean, I kept playing lots of different ones that kept coming out, but none of them were any good. I mean, they all kind of sucked. Oh, Black Desert! I was very excited for Black Desert. I thought Black Desert had a chance to be a really good game, and I think Black Desert was and is a really good game. I mean, it's not as good as it used to be, but Black Desert, the only problem I could see was that they really didn't have any PvE well, 2 problems. They didn't have any PvE content to really to speak of. It was all just like top-end PvP, which is, I don't think you can sustain a game like that, top-end PvP, if you don't have a lot of variety in the PvP, and if you don't have a lot of variety in the gear. There wasn't any variety in the gear. I mean, you could level from 0 all the way to max level and wear like 3 sets of armor. I mean, it was ridiculous. And to get variety, you had to go to the cash shop and buy costumes and stuff. And that was just... And that's why they did it. I mean, it was a concerted effort to get money from you. It had to be. Why else would you, like, have no gear in the game? So that was really a kind of a stab in the back on their part. Like, really felt not very nice they did that. But the game itself was great, and then they nerfed the hell out of that too. I mean, after like a year, or maybe, I don't know how long it took them to nerf it. I mean, it used to be that it took you like a little time to get to max level. Not like a lot of time, but it took some time. Why am I not looting these? What's going on? It says I've already looted. Okay, whatever. Okay. Let's drink this. Let's get rid of, well, Murloc Eye's not going to free, that'll free the spot for until I pick up the next Murloc Eye. The Silk Cloth we can get rid of. So, I was very excited for Black Desert, and I really enjoyed Black Desert. I played it hardcore for about 3 months, and then at that point, it felt like a job. And the reason I quit was because I wasn't getting enough sleep. I honestly was putting so much time into the game to try to keep pace with my guildmates, because there's no level cap, so you can just keep going, you know. So I mean, obviously there's a soft cap and even a hard cap, but so I was finding myself missing work, like not getting enough sleep, and so I said, this isn't gonna work. And finally, I ended up just stopped playing altogether. I kind of got mad at my guild too. Well, a little bit mad because I left the guild, and when I tried to come back, they wouldn't let me back in the guild. Like, they say, well, you left the guild, we're not gonna let you back. I'm like, what? I thought that was a little strange. I was like, I left because I wasn't getting enough sleep. So they were a little too hardcore, maybe, you know what I mean? Actually, let's just tag this guy. So that, and Black Desert, but I love Black Desert. I think that's probably my favorite combat system of any MMO. It's my favorite graphics of any MMO. I mean, it's just amazing game, amazing game engine. Whoever created that game engine, I mean, I would love to have worked with that company, Pearl Abyss, and just to see how they put that together, because I think it's a fantastic game. And I just feel like, you know, like a lot of MMOs, you start nerfing them and you start making them easier, and you ruin the game. I mean, I understand why they do it to some degree. They're like, well, we don't want people to get their friends to come in and play the game, and it takes them so long to get to max level. I'm like, well, who cares? It took me that long to get max level. Why should it be easier for them? You know, I never understood that concept. Fucking make them do the work. But that's the way I am. I mean, do your own heavy lifting. So when did Black Desert come out? That was a while ago, right? We're in 2019. So it's been years, you know, good, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years at least, since I was really excited about an MMO. Why am I killing whelps when they give me no XP? Honestly, I'm killing them because I just want to skin them and see if I can get some dragon scales. That's really the only reason I'm killing them. And I'm actually kind of hoping I can see some condors over here that I do need for a quest item. See, there's the whelp scales that are usable by my hunter for crafting. And I'm looking for the condors respawns. So now we finally have come to Pantheon MMO after I've been rambling for hours. I've been rambling for a while, but Pantheon has a chance to be a really good game if they can stick to what they said in the Pantheon difference, which is right off their website. My biggest concerns with Pantheon, I have a couple. One, I'm worried about the leveling time. I think they're going to make it too easy. I don't agree that leveling, taking only a month or two to get to max level, is enough. I don't agree with that at all. I think it should be like 6 months. They're like, well, we're gonna discourage people from playing, and I'm like, I don't care. I want you to get people in there that are serious about playing the game. That, you know, you don't have to be a hardcore gamer. They're talking about, well, we want casual players and the hardcore. Well, you know, too bad. You can't always have everything. You know, I think casual players aren't as casual as you think they are. Players have learned that taking, 3-4 months to level character is fine. They're not going to quit the game. As long as you give them other things in the game that keeps them interested, that keeps it immersive, that makes them want to log in. To me, one of the things that will make me want to log in, I can't not buff a paladin, sorry. I love paladins. I'm just going to head back to town now. What else do I need? I only need the 2 more fins. I still need the Murloc stuff, so let's go do that. And I got turned around there when I judged the camera, kind of jolted on me a little bit. But I think you need to put systems in the game that give people enough to do. Like, now Yowler's 19 plus? Is Yowler? I'm gonna have to go check the quest too. This person's, are they attacking? Yeah, they are. Well, the bodies have disappeared. How many condor meats do I need? I need 3. That'll take a while. Probably just going to drop that one. But you need to put systems in there so that people don't think that leveling an endgame is all there is to the game. If you think that leveling, getting the max level, and doing the endgame is the most important thing in an MMO, in my opinion, that MMO has been designed incorrectly. The most important part of an MMO is community, number 1. You have to have people that want to work together. You have to have people that need each other. They need each other for crafting. They need each other for dungeons, or to do quests, or to find some hidden item in the game, or to traverse through a blizzard. They need people. You know, people need people. It's true in real life too. So you need that. You need community. You need people to help each other, to want to help each other, to need to help each other. But after that, you need the most important thing is to have fun. You have to be having fun. And I don't think rushing to get to max level just to do a bunch of the same dungeons over and over again is really that fun. You know? So you need to put other stuff in the game, a lot of other stuff. You know, maybe exploration is a big one. People need to be able to just explore the world and find interesting things out in the world that aren't documented. No one knows about it until you find it. It's not documented. You know? And I'm going to post this on the Pantheon's forums. But you need stuff that makes the game fun. I mean, I saw stuff in World of Warcraft that wasn't really documented. I mean, you'd find like towers out in the middle of nowhere with like maybe some people walking around in a pot, which would look like little cages, like dead children, or, you know, just interesting things that you didn't expect. And we'll see how it goes. But that's why I paid for the Pantheon. That's why I paid for Alpha Access, because I want to be a voice to be heard. I want to be in there telling these guys, hey, don't fall victim to this. And one of the other most important things is gameplay, is how smooth. It's very important. How smooth is the engine? Like when I'm walking, when I'm walking in World of Warcraft, check this out. Notice how when I'm rotating the camera, notice how smooth this looks. Notice how natural her walk cycle is. This is a 3D walk cycle, right? Let me zoom in. You see that? Notice how my feet don't look like they're falling through the ground. Notice how, well, they are there. But they're pretty, right here, they look pretty decent. Okay, right, as they're going down, they look pretty good. Right? Now if I go to console, okay, put some more weeds in the ground, right? Notice how this looks pretty natural. I'm just taking a stroll in the woods. So this is immersion. This is what makes you feel like this is a real world. Being able to have a character that looks like she's walking like a normal person would walk. You've got a beautiful environment. I know these graphics are dated, but it's still very beautiful. Look at this hill. Look at this castle. Okay? This is what sucks you in and makes you want to log in and play the game, right? It's not just combat. It's not just doing a quest. It's the world itself. The world is one of the most important pieces. And you can't overlook these things. You know, look at the water. Look at the fog. You see that volumetric fog? Just to my left here, you see that kind of like haze almost. Notice how the water like changes colors. There's a little bit of dirt here, and there's some, you know, they've done a good job. The engine itself is good. You know, it looks good. And you can't just say, well, we're just going to, you know, make these great raids and dungeons and people can get all this great gear. Well, you know, that's not going to be enough. What happens when they've done all the dungeons? What happens when they have all the gear? What are they going to do then? Well, we'll bring out more content, and they can just rinse and repeat and do the same thing again. Don't you think that's going to be repetitive? I've got the best gear. Oh, there's an expansion. My gear that I got is shit now. What do you think happened to the people in WoW? You know, they're like, I don't know how that's my loot. That was weird. What do you think is going to happen in WoW? You know, what did happen in WoW, right? When they did, what was the last expansion? There's Battle for Azeroth, but the one before that. It was a joke. I mean, they gave us these weapons with Azerite armor and all this craziness, and as soon as the next expansion got, those were basically thrown away. It's like, oh, you did all this stuff in the last expansion, now it's all gone. What you learn from maybe added content should carry over. It shouldn't just be thrown away, right? I don't want to feel like everything I did was a waste of my time. This guy's annoying me with all his... Okay, we just need... No, we don't need that. We're just going to have to auto-attack this guy for a little bit. So, there has to be more to the game. I mean, part of it's the world, like I said, the grass, the ground, the trees, the wind. Having the branches of trees move. I haven't seen that in MMO. I've not walked through an MMO, not a fully immersive MMO. Maybe in Black Desert it did, but I don't remember noticing it. Now, what Black Desert did have was it had, when it rained, water would pool up on the ground, and it was cool. I was like, wow, look, it rained. There's these puddles of water, and my gear's reflecting off of this, and you know, there was a lot of stuff like that in the game that was super cool. Let's see. I'm just trying to clear some space. Okay, so we still need, let's see, quest complete, quest complete, quest complete. So I don't need these anymore, I don't think. Yeah, that's done. Fish is done. That's done. But we still need unwelcome guest, which is belly grub. So we still need belly grub. And we still need that one. Okay, so we still have two that we definitely need. So yeah, I mean, I think Pantheon has the chance. If you go to their website and you read the different, Pantheon difference, they talk about some really cool systems, some things that are good, very good. You know, do I need this guy? No. Do I need this guy? No. Do I need this guy? No. Jeez, what do I need? Poachers and mongrels. Poachers. Oh, I got all the. I just need mongrels. So. Yeah, so I'm excited about it, and so dumping the $250 was a lot of money, but I think if the game, you know, I believe enough in the game, and I believe enough in the people that are trying to make it, and I believe enough in the community that's around it, that I think it's worth taking the risk, and it is a risk, because I don't like throwing away $250, and I don't want to play that game for like 6 months and quit. To me, that's a way. If I play it for more than a year, then I think it was worth the investment. If I play it less than a year, then I think it was a waste of my money. So. Just gonna wait here for a second. So we'll just hope that it turns out good and that you guys can see some great videos of a great new MMO that a lot of people are going to sink their teeth into. Pantheon was voted last 2 years in a row as the most anticipated MMO right now. The MMO that people most want to see, the MMO that people most want to play, and this is just a poll they did at MMO.com, I think, is Pantheon. You know, people really want to play it. And it's funny, some people out there, and I'm not going to name names, Asmongold, think that doesn't look that great. You know, and I'll probably, this is something you really shouldn't do when you put videos on the YouTube and you're kind of try to cover games and content. You shouldn't really make fun of the people that are doing the same thing. But I don't really like Asmongold. I think I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say I don't really like him that much. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't really enjoy watching his videos that much. I don't know. It's just, do I need a poacher? Not really. What do I need? I need 3 mongrels. All right, let's head over to the other side, I guess. I shouldn't say anything bad about the guy, but I don't know. He just comes across as a real dork, for lack of a better word, you know? People are going to criticize me for saying that, but I can't help it. It's just part of being human. We can't like everybody, I guess. But I really like Fever's videos. I like the guy who does the WoW vanilla tutorial videos. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'm going to go to YouTube right now and I'll find out for you guys, just so I'm not, just so you guys know who I'm talking about. He does the guides for vanilla WoW, and they're really well done. So if I do a search for vanilla priest guide, I should be able to come up with him pretty quick. Come to videos, check out where I'm here. Videos. Why? Okay, videos. Well, I need to be on YouTube for one thing. How did I get on? Well, this is actually, it's funny, this priest video I pulled up is actually a really good one. Cargos, and I didn't find one of his videos, but I just remember his head just popped into my head. Cargos does really good videos for vanilla WoW, so... Oh, I do need this guy good. I really like his videos. He's very thorough. More thorough than a lot of people, myself included. I just try to give people ideas and show them what I've experienced is good, you know, what's bad. Well, I'm going to check on Belly Grub right now since these are all dead. You want to know why I played vanilla? Well, you know why I was so excited for World of Warcraft? This is it right here. I'm going to show you why I was excited. That promotional video where the Night Elf turned into a Druid and jumped off a little hill. I was sold. I was like, I have to play this game. And of course I wanted to play a Druid. The first character I played in vanilla World of Warcraft. First character, I'm going to give you a little history on me. First character I ever played in retail WoW was when vanilla Warcraft first opened its doors. I believe it was November 14th or November 12th, 2004, somewhere around there. Was a Druid. And her name was One with Nature. And I had to spell it that way because that's the max characters you can have. And her name was One with Nature. And I played her, and what I found out about Druids is they're really good at a lot of things. But they're not... Oh shit, invite. Come on, invite. Say yes, say it. Okay, good. Alright, thank you. And... yeah, they're really good at a lot of stuff, but they're not really super great at anything. I would say one of the things they're really good at is just being so good with utility. And I would say they're great healers. I would give them that. But they're not really great tanks. I mean, they're good tanks, and they're not really great damage dealers. They're good damage dealers. And what I found was when I was playing the Druid, I kind of got to a point where I realized, man, the Druid's really good at a lot of stuff, but he's not really, doesn't really excel at any one thing. I mean, even as a healer, he wasn't as good as a priest, in my opinion. So I switched to priest because I do like playing priests in MMOs. I always like the idea of being a holy healer, you know, devout in her religion and belief in the powers of whatever her god is. It doesn't have to be God as in the God that maybe a lot of people in Christianity think of. So, and let's go ahead and turn in. I've done quite a lot of quests, so let's turn these in and clear my inventory. Well, you know what? We're so close. Let's just run over here real quick. Well, also I can probably get some of this ore. Do I still need... No, I got all these. Okay. Can I reach this? I guess I can't. Lots of love is a joke. What does that mean? I don't think I have to go around here. I'm going to fast forward the music because this part gets kind of loud. So, well, I forgot what I was talking about. Druids. So yeah, my first character was a Druid, and she was really, really fun. But I didn't think she was like really great at anything. She was just good at a lot of stuff. But now one thing I've learned about Druids out of all the years playing World of Warcraft is that if I go into a 5-man party, the one character besides a good tank, you know, and a good let me get this guy in the party. Did I get him? No, shit. Invite. Did I tag him? Yeah, I did. There you go, because I needed him. Please be the one I need. Yes, Morpheus. Alright, we can finally finish this quest out. Nice.